I should be excited for this new model, but it's actually kind of sad news. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Look what has been teased and leaked. An 80s style Explorer with our whole triangular layout, toggle switch over here. We don't have any type of a pickguard on it, and it's equipped with EMG pickups. Whose guitar is that? I suppose you could make the argument quite a few people, but James Hetfield. That's one of his iconic guitars. Equipped as such and burned into the minds of many, and it's been leaked over on Wood Brass Music's website. However, check the title. Epiphone Explorer 80s EMG Classic White. Now to be fair here, maybe the title's not complete. Could it be a James Hetfield signature model? Yes. But as of right now, it seems like they have to go on without him. When I saw Kirk join back in with Gibson, have so many cool signature models and create a relationship that seems pretty strong with Gibson's CEO, I thought maybe, just maybe, the other members of Metallica could join the party as well. And then finally get an official version from Gibson of, in my opinion, James' most iconic guitar. Good old Uncle Milty / Iron Cross, whatever you want to call it. But also keep in mind, this could just be a dealer exclusive, region specific. These might not become worldwide released. But if they do, based on this price, knowing that that has value-added tax within it, it's probably going to be about $1,000 in the United States. And at that price, I think a lot of people are going to be happy anyways and just buy it. We know what it is, and maybe some people would even prefer not to have somebody's name on the back of their guitar. But look at that, they even have its own dedicated battery compartment. That's fun. Otherwise, it actually seems to be fairly authentically spec'd. It's not a bolt-on neck or anything crazy like that. Still set neck construction. I mean, $1,000, it's not the cheapest Epiphone, it's not the most expensive, but I think it's spec'd out where most people would want it. And then you don't have to feel guilty about putting EMGs in anything. I know it's kind of a antiquated take anymore. A lot of people go for like the Fishman Fluences and other active designs. But I am excited to see when these things come out. We'll definitely have to review it, and we'll have to see what else the future might hold. I'd like to give a shout out to David H. for sending this one in. And just in case you don't believe this is actually real, there is a video on BuzzBee TV where they've already reviewed one. If I'm remembering correctly, these guys are in South Korea, so sometimes they get these Chinese-made guitars a little bit earlier than the rest of the world. But that thing is just looking sweet. And being able to see the shiny reflective chrome hardware on top of all the whole blacked out look, just looks great, especially with how glossy the finish looks. Those stock photos almost made it look satin-like. These are going to be a hot seller, if indeed they do come out. But next for our new models journey, there's a Gibson Les Paul Jr. double cut out. Oh my goodness, they finally brought back the double cut juniors with the P90 pickup. Not only are they offered in the ebony, but you also have the TV yellow color and the vintage cherry, yes. Hey, wait, we've already had those. We've reviewed it on the show, I think, more than one time. We also had like that dark walnut version. What's the big deal this time? Well, they're available at the dealers now. And the big exciting thing for that is, hey, look, Sweetwater, our sponsor tonight, you now have the ability to see your serial number, the weight, the style of fretboard. I mean, look, that one's so much darker than all the rest. And what's even better? Open box units. Basically, discounts are available because .com exclusives don't get discounted outside of the demo shop. So if you wanted one of these, but you just couldn't quite find the one for you, feel free to utilize my affiliate link in the description to check out Sweetwater's website. And also don't forget to join their monthly giveaways. I've got to say, if I was choosing one of these, it would be that one. Look at that ringy wood grain, and then it continues down here. That's beautiful. That's the serial if you want to get it. On top of what we just talked about, say you wanted to try one of these out before you committed to it for the whole intonation stuff that these things are known for. They're going to be at all the dealers, so it's not the biggest news in the world, but it's worth knowing about. But to pair with that new release, I've noticed other dealer exclusives getting the special double cut. So previous to today, you could only get something similar from the Rick Beato signature, which had a satin finish, a Tune-o-matic stop bar tailpiece. Our new one is looking exactly like the custom shop versions, you know, minus some very, very small appointments that most people don't even recognize. This one's $2,000 versus like 5,000 to 6,000 brand new. And it has the exact same color options currently. Cherry, ebony, and everybody's favorite, TV yellow. We might have to pick one of those up to review and document. Let me know if you know of any other colors at other dealers. But please do keep in mind the Epiphone inspired by Gibson custom shop version of this guitar. They're currently back ordered. but they're half the price and a lot of fun. You can check out this review and documentation that we did of one and A/B compare it, because let's face it, those new specials, they're not going to be that different from the Junior, but different enough from the neck pickup, but it should get you a general idea until we can get one of those into review. Along similar lines, look what's on Gibson's website now. These have been at Sweetwater and a few other dealers for some time now. It's the return of the mahogany-bodied 58 style guitar, so this one just happens to be the Explorer at 5500. This has just been a very slow, not well-sung release. I thought for sure they were gonna drum up more excitement and hype for these coming back. Especially because look, they even have the Carina case now. So even though they're about $500 more expensive than the last time we saw them brand new, technically that makes up for it because those cases are expensive. But if the Explorers aren't your thing, again, there's the Flying V. If you don't want to pay the 2 times premium for the Carina body, that's exactly who this one is for. But might I say, Gibson, that is a mighty fine wood-grained example. I like that. But uh-oh, this one doesn't have a case photo. It only says hard shell case. I'm curious. If you've purchased one of these, let me know. Does it come with the Carina one? Or did they just give you a regular custom shop style case? Because unfortunately, I'm not seeing it here either. But hey, look at Sweetwater having an own custom stand made for the Flying V. That's funny. Or if you prefer the Explorer's older weird brother, yeah, there's the Futura here. It's mahogany, which makes it the most affordable it's been in a while. But hey, that neck on this stock photography example is quite nice. We can confirm that that one comes with the special case. Oh, nice. It even has a little compartment right there. Never noticed that before. And then the Mahogany Moderne. Somebody needs to new Guitar Day this. Reach out, I'll make it worth your while. Because I want to do the modern day custom shop version, and we've got the creamy knobs. And even though it doesn't look like they changed much on the headstock, I'm curious, did they find a way to make it stay in tune better? The only thing I'm noticing is the Hollywood head cap veneer right there. I don't believe the 80s versions had that, but I don't even think I knew to look for that back when we documented all 3 of the colors when a viewer brought it over. And since we can confirm this one's got the brown case, the Flying V must. And to end out tonight's episode, I want to talk about British Racing Green. We had just did the documentation, and, funny story. When I wrote my notes for that episode, it was only the Les Pauls that were out at that point in time. The Gibson Garage guys were telling me, oh yeah, we got this whole line of British Racing Green coming out. But sending that video to the editor, between then and there, these new ones came out. So let's take some more time to look at, starting with 80s Explorer. Why not add another color? It's not like we're still waiting on one for over 2 years. Unfortunately, both of my new Guitar Dayers have now dropped out for that. So here you go. Here's what that looks like. In my opinion, don't get me wrong, it's good, but in these particular stock photos, not really digging it. In case you missed that episode, the Les Pauls have that dark walnut back to them, but the 80s Explorer continues the green all over, which is cool. I just don't like this model in general. I think it's overpriced for what it is. Gibson decal, $2,500. This is the same price as some really nice flame top Les Pauls on the used market, and even some plainer brand spanking new ones. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that is a new Gibson.com exclusive version of that guitar. Next, we have the 70s Flying V joining the party. In my opinion, I think this one looks a little bit better. I would love to see this come onto the 70s Explorer, but wouldn't it be awesome if they upgraded these new ones with ebony fretboards? Because that's just way too bright to match this finish. But you also have to remember, this color has a nice shifting effect to it. There's a little bit of silver to it. So maybe this looks better in the flesh. Check out that side shot. A little bit of glitter green, straight up black. Even the Gibson logo looks a little bit minty over here, but I think it's just the regular gold. But perhaps my favorite of the new British Racing series has to be the Platypus. Again, I have my own personal beef with this model. I like neck-through Firebirds, so having a set neck one's not my favorite, but custom color Firebirds always get people excited, so having a metallic green one always readily available as a .com exclusive, I think they will end up selling quite a few of these. And here you can see what it looks like with a proper nice dark rosewood board. But this one also has green going all over. I'm curious, do you guys think they'll do an all British Racing Green Les Paul to follow up this series? A green top, dark walnut back Firebird would have been pretty cool too. The SG Standard 61 also got the same treatment. Yeah. That's a good looking SG. The thing to know about SGs, they pull off the metallic finish really well because they're so sculpted. They catch the light gorgeously. You get all the contours over here, the swoops. You got the continuation of that over here. They're very shapely guitars. And that then also continues on to the back. Out of all the stock photographies, this is the one that shows off the true hue the best. I'm a fan of that one. But if you like the whole dark walnut thing, one that I've been told about but have not actually seen on the website is there's supposed to be an ES330 coming out that's exactly like these Les Pauls. So imagine this but darker and the top is green. But hey, you didn't hear that from me. All right, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Don't forget to visit our sponsor, Sweetwater, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Take care.